Hey everyone, welcome to the second annual AGBO Superhero League. If you missed the action last season, the Superhero League is a charity fantasy football league hosted by AGBO. AGBO is the film and TV studio founded by my brother and myself. And the Superhero League is a league where we pit superheroes head-to-head in fantasy football action in order to raise money for the charity of each player's choice. This year, we have upped the ante significantly and are very excited to announce our exclusive presenting partner, FanDuel, has generously donated $1.25 million for charity. That's $1.25 million. So thank you, FanDuel. This provides an amazing opportunity to make a larger impact on the incredible charities and organizations that we're all playing for. Also, keep an eye on our website, AGBOSuperheroLeague.com. So AGBOSuperheroLeague.com throughout the season for standing, scoring, and other great updates. Just to say, that we're all family and excited to be together again and supporting our favorite charities. But as a family, we are also grieving the tragic loss of our dear friend and colleague, Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick brought to the world a superhero that would inspire an entire generation in a way that few actors ever have. He understood the gravitas of what Black Panther meant better than anyone, and he accepted the responsibility of playing that character at a great personal cost to himself because he knew that it would have tremendous meaning for others. And that, to me, is the definition of a true hero. So we are dedicating this season to Chadwick and are going to donate $250,000 of the competition funds in his name. So we miss you deeply, Chadwick, and our thoughts and love are with your family at this time. Today, we're going to be picking the draft order for this new season, and joining me to help out picking the draft order is our esteemed friend and the best fantasy football expert in the country, Matthew Berry. Matthew, welcome.
Good to see you, my friend. Good to be talking about fantasy football. Good to be talking about something normal, right?
Yes, good to be talking about something normal. And let's hope that the season stays normal. Give me sort of your overview on the season. What do you think it's going to be like? I know friends of mine who played fantasy baseball said it was a very difficult season, very complicated. Do you expect similar complications?
We're in uncharted territory. So for me to say it's going to be fine, obviously not. But my expectation is that I think football got lucky in terms of scheduling because they've seen the NBA, they've seen NHL, they've seen MLB, they've seen what's worked for those leagues, some of the mistakes that maybe have happened there. And so, the fact is I was on a conference call with a bunch of ESPN NFL personnel here and a bunch of people from the actual NFL talking through what they do in terms of how they're handling COVID. And I have to tell you, it is very, very serious. And it's not just a matter of hey, take your temperature before you show up. It is very comprehensive and the science is on the cutting edge of what they're doing to make sure players are safe and healthy. And so I am cautiously optimistic that we will have a full season. I don't know that everything happens right on time. Maybe they have to shut down for a week or two, but I do believe there will be a full NFL season and there will be a Super Bowl. And I think, Joe, you and I, it's important for us to discuss here the rules of the AGBO Superhero League, which are that you can only be in the league if you have appeared in a superhero movie. It's an important distinction. It's not that you've played a superhero, although everyone other than you and I has actually played a superhero in a superhero movie. You just have to have appeared in the superhero movie, which is how you and I are able to kind of weasel our way into this league.
Sneak in under the wire. I actually cast you in Endgame just so we could start the AGBO Superhero Fantasy League.
I will take it.
All right. Well, speaking of acting and great actors, also in this league is Chris Evans. What do you think of Evans?
Evans is a really good player, takes it seriously. He's a worthy competitor and someone that inspires a lot of the trash talk videos were centered around Evans last year.
This game's for charity. You know what that means. Gloves are coming off.
Somebody to look out for as a player is Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Somebody maybe not to look out for yet because he's British, Tom Holland. What's your read on Tom Holland?
Well, first up, great to have Spider-Man back in the MCU and back in the AGBO Superhero League. He was super enthusiastic about it. He was really into it, which was great to see. Yep. He had a great attitude about it. And he really approached it with the right idea, which is hey, this is about fun. This is about raising money for charity. So I'm okay if I don't make the playoffs here. I'm just about trying to learn. And he got better as the season went on.
Also in the league, and perhaps the funniest member of the league, is Mr. Ryan Reynolds. How do we feel about Reynolds as a player?
You know what? Reynolds is sneaky good, really, really sharp as a player. He, I thought, was the best trash talker.
Karen is a dolphin humping. don't even know pumpkin butter.
Chris Pratt's a close second, but Reynolds' trash talk was on another level last year.
We've got a couple of new players this year, one of whom is Pom Klementieff, who plays Mantis. Any thoughts on Pom?
Just that I'm a fan of her work. She's terrific in all the movies, and I thought she brought a sweetness and a toughness to Mantis. So I'm excited to get to know her and get her in the league. But yeah, she's an unknown. She's a wild card.
Next new player, very exciting. We have Shang-Chi joining us. Simu Liu, again, another Canadian. So we have to see what his knowledge base is of American football. But
we'll see, yeah. I mean, if he drafts Warren Moon, we'll know. All right.
Right away.
Right.
Okay.
It might be a little off. CFL All-Star Warren Moon.
Yeah. Also in this league, another good trash talker, Anthony Mackie. I've played a lot of fantasy with Mackie over the years. It always depends on where he is for his draft. If he's at a bar,
yes.
It doesn't go well. If he's at home, he tends to have a better draft.
He's one of those, it's like there's a method to the madness with Anthony Mackie.
That's right, there is. Also joining us is Robert Downey Jr. Thoughts on Robert?
He's a legend, right? I mean, none of this exists without Robert. And a pretty good fantasy player as well. He leans a little bit too much in the Steelers. He likes the Steelers.
Yeah.
So if the Steelers go bad, so does his team. But I'm so excited to have him in the league just because I'm, such a fan of him as a person.
That could be the fatal flaw of a lot of fantasy players is too much hometown love. Sometimes you make the wrong pick.
You have that with your Browns sometimes.
I do every year, and it bites me in the ass every year. We've got last year's returning champion, Chris Hemsworth. An Aussie won the league last year. Barry, that's humiliating for us.
It's humiliating for all of us. And what's annoying is that Hemsworth, you're like, okay, well, so Hemsworth is unbelievably gorgeous, right? He's like this amazing, beautiful specimen. He's an amazing actor. You meet him and he could not be kinder or more humble. And you're like, this jerk, oh, I bet you he sucks at fantasy football. And then he wins the league and you're like, you know what? Damn it, Hemsworth, give me one flaw. You perfect being, you.
Listen, I will predict this. I don't think he'll repeat this year.
Good. We need that. Hemsworth.
Also returning and vying for the mantle of funniest in the league, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is back. Rudd is a very experienced fantasy football player. Very good.
Him and Evans are probably the two most experienced fantasy football players in the league, other than maybe you or I, Joe. He takes it very seriously. He's in multiple leagues. He's always very, very sharp. He's lucky in that your hometown bias is the Browns. Mine is Washington. His is Kansas City. He drafts Chiefs and it works out for him.
And he's riding a high from the Chiefs win last year. So this is a good energy start of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Also returning, our Scotswoman, Karen Gillian. Any thoughts on Karen?
Another great trash talker.
Take that, Reynolds.
You know he's Deadpool, right?
He's which one?
Brian just set the bar so high and just went after her in such a kind of vicious way, and you're like, oh, whoa. And Karen came right back with literally art, like she did an art piece. Like it was a whole production.
If there's anything I'm looking forward to this year, it's more great trash talk videos.
100%.
Another incredible trash talker, Chris Pratt.
Now I'm playing Evans this week. Chris Evans, he's an actor. He had a short stint as Captain America, but I think it didn't really work, and so they ended up killing him off.
Love Pratt. I'm a big Pratt fan of the player, big Pratt fan of the person. To your point, yes, a hardcore football fan. He loves his Seahawks. He's certainly a quick study.
Also joining us this year, returning player, Lizzie Olsen. Barry, give me your read on Lizzie Olsen.
What was great about her is similar to Tom. She never played before, but the enthusiasm, her trash talk was great as well. Lizzie pulls no punches. She is somebody that...
She's hardcore.
She is hardcore, and you can sort of tell that she's one of those people that doesn't half-ass anything. Like when she does it, she's all in.
All right, let's get down to it, Barry. We're going to pick.
Now, is anyone else there? Are you doing this on your own? Are we
on my own. I'm not looking into this thing. I'm pulling out. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm going to pull this out. Who is that? It's Star-Lord. Pick number 14.
Okay.
Is Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Oh, look at this. Reigning champ is 13. Let's see if you can pull this off.
All right. I don't think you want to be in the middle this year. I think you want to be at the top or the end.
At the end.
There you go.
Mackie is 12. Okay.
Right.
Because we cannot reveal his costume yet, I made up this little Simu. Can't reveal his costume yet. Simu, sorry, buddy. First time out. You are number 11. That's a tough draw in a 14-team league.
I don't know what you pay the art directors on your movie, but it's not enough.
Okay, here we go. Number 10, Karen Gillan. Number 10.
Okay.
All right.
Nebula in at number 10.
Barry, I got to pick you or I soon. This looks like we're colluding. Oh, all right. Holland, number 9. Holland's number 9.
Spider-Man, number 9.
Oh, look at that. Number 8. Number 8. Me. Number 8.
Okay. There you go.
Middle
Joe
of the
Russo.
pack. Oh, look at this. Back to back again, Barry. Number 7 for you. I don't
Okay.
like picking behind you, so that sucks.
I don't like picking behind you on the way back, so that's going to stink as well.
All right, here we go. Number 6. Evans. Number 6. Evans.
Okay. So I'm stuck between you and Evans. That is not a great place. It's two very knowledgeable fantasy players.
Okay, number 5. Pom. And
Okay.
Pom's got a little drawing of Mantis right there. Okay, so number 5 is Pom. All right, here we go. Number 4, Reynolds. Reynolds is number 4. Deadpool, number 4.
Yep.
Number 3, Rudd.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
So we've got the last two people left are, let's see, RDJ and
Lizzie.
Lizzie. That's right, Lizzie.
All right, I gotta shake this up. I'm gonna hold it above my head and reach in there. Number 2, Downey.
There you go.
And number 1, I believe for the second year in a row, Barry, is Lizzie.
I think that's right. Elizabeth Olsen.
Number 1.
There you go. Pick
who are
one.
you taking number 1? If you're number 1.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I'd take McCaffrey, and I wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think you have to think that hard. But I can't remember. I think we're PPR. Are we half-point PPR or full point? Do you remember?
We are full point PPR. We're still figuring out exactly the format, but I think it's going to be, quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end. I would love to just do away with kickers and defense and do like 2 extra flex spots.
I would too. I always find it difficult to play in 14-team leagues. I prefer smaller benches too, because what happens is if you draft late and you have a bad draft, it's very hard to piece together a recovery team on the waiver wire. And
Yes.
playing for fun with your friends, I like to keep it more balanced. So I'd prefer to see more quality players on the wire. So I'd have smaller rosters, smaller benches. And then if somebody has a bad draft, they can fight their way back in over a couple of weeks of waiver wire. So I'm a big fan of just shrinking everything and keeping it simpler.
So we could do that with like 5-man benches, so fairly shallow benches, but maybe more starting spots. My pitch is no defense and kickers. I like playing with just extra flex spots.
Yep. Would you do 1 extra flex and 5 deep on the bench? So basically QB, 2 RBs. Are we going 2 wide receivers or 3?
So I would do 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and then an extra flex. So basically, instead of defense and kicker, replace that with 1 extra flex.
There you go. Let's do it.
So with a 14-team league, it'll get deep quick.
I like it. Can't thank you enough for all the hard work you do on this league. Thank you for your insight today. Now I got to break the news to everybody on their draft order and get yelled at. So, all right.
Well, I don't envy your job, but that's the job of the director sometimes, is to tell them when their close-up didn't work. Always fun to talk football with you, my friend. Always great to see you. Stay safe. My love to your family, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Back at you, sir.